training. It doesn't really do wide on live.
Okay.
Yes. Come on, Shay.
Is the sound box in the van too?
It's right here.
So yeah, just put that in that bag for now. So here's Shay. Shay is a pit bull mix, obviously you can tell, / part cow, and has some issues with a lot of stuff like reactivity with dogs. She went to a trainer. They did the remote collar. They did the prong collar, all that pokey, shocky stuff, which, you know, folks, there's nothing wrong with the training tools, but realize, like, just like there's nothing wrong using food with dogs, there's definitely ways to do it that's going to be superior. And the training that was done with her with the prong collar and the remote collar was not superior. It was not the highest level. And this is a pretty kind of nervy, sensitive dog. Yes. Who does not have an inherent desire to please you once she gets scared. Yes. She just kind of has to try to protect herself or try to keep herself safe. Yes. So camera person, you stay where you are. Okay, I'm going to walk here. But because also we're so close, you're not going to be able to see her. Yes. Maybe you kind of sit crouch down, or maybe Jeff, you want to get her a chair and she can just sit and then she'll be more at the dog level. No, he doesn't want a chair. Okay. So, yes, one thing to think about with these dogs, a lot of times in these training systems, when they're using the prong collar and the remote collar, they're not using that much food. Yes, or if they are, they're doing it in a way where they don't want to arouse the dog because they don't want to get the dog, yes, aroused for food. So what they end up doing is they're only feeding the dog in position. Sit, good, and they feed the dog like this. Yes. Now with some dogs that's great, but with a dog that's nervous, I don't want the dog feeling suppressed when they're in commands. I want the dog feeling really good when they're in commands. Yes. So I am going to use a marker word, yes, sit, yes, that allows the dog to come over to me quickly to get the food. And I'm creating this feeling, sit, yes, that the sitting is going to lead to this exciting event. At least initially here in the training process, right? Sit, down, yes. If you sit, if you lay down, something exciting will happen. And believe it or not, folks, even if you sit, down, yes, 10 times a day, 20 times a day, it will change the way your dog feels about down, even when you put them in down for an hour. It'll change the way they feel when you say that word. Sit, down, yes. And even if eventually you stop paying them and you say, I just need you to lay there, it will change the way they feel when you say that feeling, you say that command initially. It's going to change the way they feel about it. Because here's the issue, when a dog feels stressed about commands and then you're using the command typically to manage the dog around distractions, the reactive dog, distractions probably might be something where the dog in this case is afraid of. Now when you say a command, the dog is feeling these feelings associated with commands that are not good. So I want the dog to be like, sit. Oh, someone's coming, down. Yes. And her to be like, man, I should go into a down quickly and with enthusiasm. Maybe I'll get chase something. Sit, down, yes. Instead of, oh man, he's going to put me in a down, now something scary is happening. The dog's like, he's going to put me in a down, something exciting is going to happen. The other thing too is when I move the food like this, it's going to make it so much easier for the dog to focus on food versus whatever they're scared of. Yes. So getting this luring in, and we'll pull out the remote in a second. I'm going to show you how I do this with the remote. Yes. But just getting the sequence in of sit, pressure, yes. Sit, pressure, yes. You'll notice this whole time I'm not really looking at the dog at this phase. Look at the dog's body language. Look at how the dog's kind of shut down and stuff. I'm not that interested in this dog. Socially, I don't want to be giving the dog a lot of attention right now. Yes. Because the dog's like kind of nervous and kind of needy. And if I give this dog a lot of attention, it might associate my attention with this dog feeling kind of weird. Let's go. Good girl. Good girl. Good, good, good. Now another thing to think about with this dog is what's the positioning of my commands? Sit. Down. Yes. A lot of times we're sitting here with the dog and we're doing all the commands in front of us. And this dog's doing great. All these commands in front of us, taking all the food, and then we're walking down the street and I tell the dog sit and it goes in front of me. But the person coming is in front of me. Now the dog's in front of me, but I would actually want them behind me so I can talk to the person, or I can kick someone's dog if it's coming running up. I hate to say it, but sometimes that's the case. So I want the dog to practice all the commands behind me. Sit. Yes. So I'm going to make a note to not do all the obedience with the dog in front of me, but rather put the dog behind me, so that when there's distractions, I can easily block the distraction from coming into my dog's way. Good. I can give food to the dog. Hey. Yes. And if I have to control the dog's under control behind me. So I can be in this position to address whatever the distraction is. My arm can be back here. Okay, I can have about 6 feet of distance from me and whatever it is that's going to bother us. Good girl. Down. No. Down. Yes. So let's just go over this real quick. I'm using a terminal marker. Sit. Yes. And I'm releasing the dog after doing the command. I'm using the slip lead every single time, even when the dog is going to do it. I want there to be a good association between the command and the slip lead. I pull up on the slip lead. Yes. You get to chase something. I say the command, you get to chase something. Well, assuming you do the command. The second thing is, I do these commands with the dog kind of behind me. I know earlier in the video I had the dog in front of me, and that's fine sometimes, guys. But this point I'm making now is, I want to do the commands with the dogs in a realistic, real-world position where I want them to be most of the time like this. Let's go. Back. Sit. Down. Down. Oh, hey, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, good to see you. Yeah. No, my dog's not doing one. Okay, bye. Okay, let's go. Sit. Down. Hey, how's it going? Good to meet you. Yeah, no, you can't meet my dog. I know. She seems great. I know. She's in a down command. I know you'd love to meet her, but she's in training right now. Hey, put your hips to the side. Why are you perched like that? Okay, and this is my third point for the video with this nervous Nelly. Hey, you did good. Break. You did good. Come here. You did good. Yeah, good girl. Good training session. You do short training sessions, couple minutes at a time, few minutes at a time, short training sessions. And then if you need to pet this dog and you need to coddle this dog after the training, you're going to make sure she's looking at you. She's not zoning out or looking around, doing the bobblehead, but you're looking at her and you're going, hey, that was a good training session. I really liked that. That was very good. Good girl. We have to have the training session feel good at the end of the training session for both of us. Good girl. Let's see what she does and what I'm talking about, the looking around. Good girl. That's what I mean, okay? Because we're out here, she's associating being pet with looking around nervously. You'll see dogs. You pet them, they look around nervously. You pet them, they get excited. You pet them, my dog starts licking you like crazy. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, that was a good training session, huh? Yeah, good girl. Yeah, good girl. This is where I would do a little rocking even. But maybe you share some time, some touch with her at the end of the training sessions. Good girl. Good girl. You see her hips just shifted to the side. The way she's looking around now is a little different. Her ears are back. She's more subdued. But what I didn't like is when I touched her, she's like, good girl. Good girl. Oh, feel good. Oh. Yeah. There, see? This is what I mean. Hi. Yeah. Hi, mush. Pressure. Quite a bit of pressure on her back here. Good girl. Good. Good girl. Good girl. But I would definitely be mindful when I'm petting this dog. How is this dog feeling? Is this dog getting nervous? Is this dog relaxing? Is this dog getting more anxious? Is this dog getting more calm? Is this dog being pushy? Is this dog, whatever. Just be mindful. You don't have to judge yourself. Good girl, huh? It was a good session. So that's all, guys. Do terminal markers. Move the food as a reward. Don't have her holding commands. Just do it for a little bit. Use your slip lead. Use your verbal command so she gets a good association with those things. Have her do the command slightly behind you in the right position, so it's in a real world position. We're in the real world when you tell her sit or lay down. She's like, oh, right here, okay. And then do short sessions with her. And with her, don't worry if it's even not on a positive note. If the session's even not going well, just stop the session. Pet her, tell her you did good. And that's all. We want to just create a good association between training and spending time together. Good job, baby girl. And you guys are going to see, because I'm going to do this live video every day with this dog. And anybody who's interested, you could watch every day with her. I'm not going to do the remote right now because we just did a slip lead session. She's doing really good. She's nice and curious. I might even sprinkle some food for her break. But that's all, folks. Just the basics. That's all. First session with her. We'll work with her again tomorrow or later today, and we'll see how she does. Remember, as always, folks, we don't blame them. We train them. If we love them, we lead them. And, of course, you can always find me online. Okay, I'll see you then, folks. Take care.